If you're going out with JJ, what time is it? It's just after lunch. I mean, strap in. Brace, you're on for a big night.
We are drinking in Soho, so excuse the bloopers.
Don't put that in, whatever you do.
We are in London's seedy capital, which is Soho, one of my absolute favourite parts of London, where the weird and wonderful characters like to hang out late at night.
Well, you like it at night though, don't you?
Yeah, well, I fit the bill.
And if someone is coming to Soho for the first time, they've never been here before, what are some good points of Soho and what are some negative points of Soho?
It is infamously quite seedy.
In a good way, or?
Yeah, in a good way. I think, listen, you know, trouble will find you anywhere, and trouble will certainly find you in Soho if you're not looking over your shoulder. But you'll find, like I said, weird and wonderful people in absolutely brilliant settings. You know, Old Compton Street, famously the gay capital of the UK. There's still the strip clubs and the dive bars and the little drinking holes and dens around here that bring out an eclectic group of people. And if it's not your thing, then maybe it's best you stay clear of Soho.
You're going to take us around to a few places. Why have you chosen the places that we're going to today?
I think Soho's just absolutely full of history and heritage, and I think some of the places I'm going to take you today have been around for decades, which, as we know in the UK in hospitality, is incredibly difficult, and they've been there for a reason, and hopefully you'll have a little insight into why.
The first stop on our tour was a bar restaurant called The French House, a place known for having a history of some well-known patrons as well as some obscure drinking rules. As it was our first stop of the day, a Guinness and a pastis were in order, and our bartender was only too happy to talk us through the details.
Oh, I'm being filmed as well. Oh, Jesus Christ. What you have here is 2 half pints of Guinness and 2 single Rickards, which you probably want to put a bit of water in first, is what they usually do, which is a very well-known French pastis. And we serve everything in half pints for a litany of reasons. Really, it's kind of been a thing for about 40 years. I mean, the best fake story is the one about lugging the kind of old pint jug through the window. Gaston was the former owner before Leslie, and he didn't actually really want to have much beer on at all. He kind of wanted a French wine bar. So in order to do his, you know, you kind of have to have beer at a British pub. So we do everything in just a demi, a half pint, you know. And it's nice, it keeps your Guinness colder. But it does give a lot of men a real Napoleon complex, actually.
After we had finished admiring how large our hands were looking on our beers, we made our way over to Jerry's, London's go-to liquor store for rare spirits, which has commanded its position on Old Compton Street for over 40 years. Alan, the man running the show, gives us a peek inside this Aladdin's cave of booze and shares a few tales from behind the counter.
Every day you'll have someone new coming in, whether it's one of the nutters who comes in who's got no socks and like a floppy hat, you know, or, you know, you'll get famous people coming in. You know, it's fantastic. Everyone likes to just come and hang about here. Underneath the counter here, we've probably got about 100 bottles open, so if you come, we'll give you a taste. If we find something new and interesting, we'll give you a taste of it, because we like to share things. Well, back in the day, we used to deliver to pretty much every restaurant in Chinatown, all the small independent Italian, Greek restaurants, everything. We would spend all day going in and out with trolleys, and then we got a little bit busier, so then we got a van. You'd have the restaurants, you'd have the ladies of the night we would deliver to. We'd basically deliver to everyone. Around in those days, you had lots of music publishers, magazine publishers. We delivered to all the offices, and it was a really sad day. I think it was in the 1980s when they decided not to let people drink alcohol in the offices, and we lost probably half of our business there, because half of it was going around to places like Marshall Cavendish, and, you know, each department would order wine and water and stuff and beers, and they'd be drinking all the time, and that all changed, unfortunately. So we, as I say, we lost about half of our business then. Hey Martin, do you want to come this way? It's a bit higgledy-piggledy. I mean, you're not going to find any plastic shelves here. Everything is wooden and, you know, made to last. Over here you have a selection of vodkas. Back in the day we probably had about 350 vodkas. You've got your Brazilian cachaças. You've got my Star Wars cup from my kids. We've got some interesting wines here. We've got stuff like Gevrey Chambertin, which was George Michael's favourite, don't you know? We're quite well known for our rums, that's where we put in that cabinet is where we put the fancy stuff. But that's always empty, because when we get the fancy stuff, we sell out of it very quickly. I've always liked this because there's no sort of rhyme or reason to this. I don't go to many bars. I very rarely go. If I do go somewhere, I quite like going to Duke's, which most of our friends in the trade like to do. And I do like a martini, but I go for a vodka martini. And when I go to Duke's, this is what I have as my martini. It's literally cognac tail and a lemon twist. That's it. And you sit there in a nice leather chair, you got a couple of olives and a couple of wafer biscuits, and you can sit there for an hour nursing one drink, because this is not a drink to be necked. You know, it's not like going to a bar and shooting tequila. This is a real sort of sophisticated drink, so that's what I would really like to do.
While filming in Jerry's, we happened to bump into ex-Dragon and nightlife investor and entrepreneur, Sarah Willingham. She tells us what she loves about this area and shares a few tips of some of the places she loves to go.
Soho's my favourite part of central London. I literally feel the heartbeat in the pavements as I walk through Soho. For me, a great bar is all about the vibe. It is, you feel it when you walk through the door. You just get that feeling in your tummy like, ooh, what's this all about? Like, you can feel that you don't really know what's going to happen a little bit later. It feels a little bit exciting. They're my favourite bars. When we started London Cocktail Club years ago, and we still continue it today, and the amount of times I've walked down those stairs to so many of those sites at 5 p.m. for one drink, and I've left at midnight. I love Pink Chihuahua. Again, a kind of sort of like dirty dive bar where you go downstairs and you don't really know what to expect. Obviously Disrepute, because that's one of ours. Dram, which I know has had a lot of glaze, and quite rightly so. These cocktail bars that I've just mentioned there, you can't get a bad cocktail. But let the person behind the bar show you what it is that they do. Let them show you their magic. They'll understand you and they'll produce something amazing for you.
This is probably my favourite day spot. I'm not necessarily in here at night, but like if you're having a lunch meeting, like the plastic French plates, really well put together, really well priced.
Yeah.
Great wines, great beers, and just great people watching. Like, this is my favourite place just to sit and watch the world go by. And I'd argue, yeah, pretty much the centre of Soho. This place is famous for a few reasons. A, it's amazing as a brilliant French bistro.
Yes.
But it was the precursor business to Soho House. The original Soho House.
This is the precursor to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, famously, the guys started the restaurant. Paul Raymond's, who's the landlord here, offered them the upstairs space. They said, no, we're not interested. He offered them again, no, we're not interested. And he kept dropping out the price, and no, we're not interested. And finally they gave him a price that was so cheap, they were like, oh, fuck it, we'll do it. So they opened Soho House. It was basically like, I think like 500 local mates.
And when you say Soho House, it's literally just around this corner and up there.
It's directly above us, yeah. So to think that that's now 60 houses and just sold for £2 billion last month. And it all started in this little French brasserie.
And now for something completely different.
The best martini in the world right now is the 3 Sheets Dirty Martini.
It's great to have a bar here. You know, it's probably the busiest part of London in terms of just footfall and a broad demographic, and everything's constantly moving and changing. There's a lot of chat that it's like changed and it's not what it used to be, but you know, it's like it's the centre of London. Obviously things change all the time, constantly adapting. We see like drinks as a punctuation of the evening, not like the main content. So like the drinks should be like brilliant as a standard, but the whole reason you go to a bar is to have a chat with people and sit around, and it's not like, we don't want to stop people and be like, oh, hey guys, can you stop your conversation here? Look how important this drink is. It's like bullshit. We're just like, come relax, the drinks will be great, we can talk about them if you want, but like just have fun. The menu's designed so people can read it, be familiar with it, and order drinks quickly. Like, we don't want the book of cocktails where you like, takes 15 minutes to drink. We've only got 40 seats in Soho. The rent's expensive. Like, we need to get people in, get them drinking, they fill their boots, move on, next people come in. So that's like, you know, it's the model that we have to operate with. I would always say start, always a martini and some oysters. That's what we do here a lot. If you're feeling fancy, have a glass of champagne on the side, but that's what we'd normally roll with. We've got a great dirty martini on the menu, but also just roll with whatever you prefer, really.
You are famous for your French 75.
Oh, French 75 is really good as well. Yeah, we're just used to it now. It's like, so we have a drink instead of water. It's just always there, right? So.
Why do you think the French 75's taken on, become such an important part of your brand heritage?
I think when we opened the original bar, not in Soho, in Dalston, it was sort of one of the first versions of not a carbonated cocktail, because people were doing that, but it was like carbonated, bottled. It really like summed up what we do. So there's like quite a complicated process in putting the drink together, but the guests would just see something served like a glass of champagne, really simple. We'll get someone to serve us some in a second. Maybe I should do it. What do you think?
No, you're ruining it.
So it was just like quite complex, quite a lot of back end stuff going on, but the guests would never see any of that and wouldn't experience it unless they asked for it. And that's the whole point in what we do. It's like, come in, sit, drink, have a good time. If you want to know what's happening behind the scenes with the cocktails, you can ask and find it out, but we don't like force it on people.
Amazing. Let's drink some martinis.
Yeah.
Can we hurry up and drink some martinis?
JJ's wish was granted, and we did indeed get our martinis. And this is how they prepare a dirty martini in 3 sheets.
Vodka, and then we do a olive oil wash vodka. So you mix olive oil and vodka, freeze it, strain off the fat, and you get like the flavour and a bit of the texture through. A herb called cosseret, which is the sort of stone fruity, peachy basil aroma, and then white wine, salt, and a tiny bit of sugar, like 0.6 gram per drink of sugar.
As you can see, this is no ordinary dirty martini. Delicate and aromatic, it offers a sophisticated twist on the classic favourite. Be sure to visit Max and the team in Soho to experience it for yourself. Next, we're heading to go and have a Guinness in a place that allegedly serves the best in the city, a pub called the Toucan. A competition was in order and the gauntlet was thrown down to split the G. If you don't know what this means, it's a challenge to gulp down the first part of your pint of stout for it to line up to the centre of the G. First up was JJ Goodman.
We're at the Toucan to have the best Guinness in London, so they say.
Yeah, ready when you are.
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it like this. No. I'm trying to
I don't fucking treat myself. Too greedy.
3, 2, 1. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad.
While JJ was making sure he got his money's worth from his pint, I was getting ready to head to our next venue. This is Denmark Street, the heart of London's music scene, and once the city's answer to Tin Pan Alley. It launched legends like Elton John, the Rolling Stones, and the Sex Pistols. Songs were written, guitars sold, and history made on this tiny strip of Soho. Today, it still buzzes with studios, music shops, and live venues. We're visiting Dram. This bar pre-batches drinks and serves them through a clever system for perfect consistency every time.
It's freshman infused instant balance, which is essentially a combination of sugars and acids, which is what we use as like base of our cocktails, essentially. Then there's some Saint Germain and soda, and we put that in a keg. We force carbonate it with CO2. We hook it on our draft system, and that's it.
Right, we're at the Vaults. This is one of the OG speakeasies. It's in the basement of Milroy's, one of the top whiskey shops/bars in the world. 200 whiskies in a store. But the bar downstairs, which kind of went unknown for years, they make one of the best old fashions I've ever had.
I've been drinking this drink. It's coconut butter old fashioned. It's coming up to about a decade now. It's been on our menu, it's never left. It's only one drink which has stayed on. Can I make you
two, one each, please.
No worries.
An old fashioned is just 3 ingredients: whiskey, sugar, and bitters. Like the 3 primary colours, red, yellow, and blue, simple on their own, but endless in their combinations. From those 3 elements, you can paint a masterpiece or craft an exquisite cocktail.
This one, I just love it. Great right at the beginning of your day.
Yeah.
Great at the end.
And that was the end of my Soho escapade led by JJ Goodman. A man who doesn't just know London nightlife, he's part of it. For those of you that plan on visiting, all I can say is enjoy the vibes, let the night dictate your decisions, and be sure to drink it all in.